present myself. My name is Andreas. Some people ask me to make a sort of learning video to introduce in the Mongolian playing style an instrument called Shanz, or as the Mongolians often say, Shudrag. Shudrag means just playing straight, no sliding, and Shanz is a long word from Chinese language, where the Chinese people call this instrument sanxian. That means basically 3 strings. In the deep past in Mongolia, people played on tofshur. This is a different instrument, also with 2 or 3 strings. Maybe they look like this, maybe they look different, but for sure this is sort of, it was a spoon for distributing some milk, and then people made skin on it, and that was the origin of instruments of that style. But since about 200 years, the Sanxian style, or the Shanz, got more and more popular, and is produced in great numbers in China, in Vietnam, even in Japan. They have a similar instrument like this called shamisen. However, I will first tell you some basics about this instrument. The tune is sol, re, sol. Or people who are not familiar with the Italian note names, it's G, D, and G. For beginners, very important to have a tuning device, because at the beginning you need really take care that you hit the proper places. This nice thing here is called a chromatic tuner. There are also some tuners for guitars, but guitars have, or bass, they have different tuning. The chromatic tuner can tell you any note if it's good or not, which is quite helpful in the learning process. Later you will learn to play without this. This is a sort of listening comprehension for music. Some people have the talent, some people can learn. Very important, this instrument is covered with real snake skin. This is usually python. Python is a snake that exists in great numbers in Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and it's also farmed in China. However, many Western countries decided to have importation restrictions because the snake is, let's say, in other parts of the world it does not exist. Trade is not prohibited, but for importation you need first a permit from your nature protection agency that you are allowed to import such a thing, and from the other side you need the proper export certificate. But however, I'm not lawyer, I only tell you these things before mail ordering on Taobao.com or wherever these instruments are sold. Snake skin is somehow sensitive to sunlight, so first advice, never ever put this instrument in sunlight. If you have to play outside, take care that you have some cover, and when you play inside, not put it in close to a radiator, because also too much heat will cause the snake skin to tighten and break if you have bad luck. It's basically divided into 3 parts. We have the sound box here. In the middle of the sound box is a small wooden bridge. To prevent that this wooden bridge slides, there is some sugar and water put here and here that will, here you see a little bit, this will create natural glue. And at the top there is another bridge, this here is the tool that they prefer in Mongolia. I tell you later why. And of course 3 strings, they are made of nylon. It's Fisher string. Thickness I don't know right now, but the instruments from China, they have steel. Steel strings sound more sharp. This is something that Chinese people love, but in Mongolia they want to have nylon strings, or even better, so sort of dam, but this is difficult to get in the country. Maybe some gut strings for cello will do. However, this is the instrument, it is sold in Mongolia. That's important. Later I have some marks here, so for some basic sounds you know where to put your fingers. There are basically, this thing here, this is part of a pen. Usually people play it with bamboo sticks like this, but bamboo often breaks, and for replacement there are some pens on the market. This here is from Stedler Stabilo, called Liner 808M. I got it even in Mongolia, and to make a sort of plectrum you can just disassemble it, and here we go. For this, to play this instrument properly is the grip. You really need to try it. You will play later like this. So this small edge will hit the strings with a 90-degree angle, also somehow from the top or from the side, and the movement is usually like this. Okay, I explained about the grip. Later I will also put 2-3 pictures into this clip. However, the basic technique for plucking this instrument will work like this. The small finger can be rest on the box, and that allows to make some minimal movements with the hand, so seen from all sides. It's very important for playing. It's a one from downside and one stroke from the upside, always. Holding the instrument correctly on your body. This instrument that has later something to do with the finger technique should stay upside with a sort of 30-degree angle. The left hand will support this instrument. Will not be strong grip, it's only very easy, a slight touch, but not strong grip. So later we can move the hand. This hand will be fine. The instrument will rest here on the right leg. The back part can be suspended at your body, and look in front of you, not down to the instrument. It will give you bad feeling in the neck. After 5 minutes you can't even get up. So play in front of a mirror. Very good advice. If you have girlfriend or wife, borrow a big mirror for dressing up and play in front of it. Okay, and there is the picture from the book. This is an old book from Dashtoland. She's the first teacher in Mongolia who introduced Shanz in academic level. And for some people this is too much. In Japan they play like this, but please don't do this. The Mongolian style requires some finger technique like this. It does not work in this. It does not work in this angle, so it should be like this. This will be part of lesson number 2, to put the finger somewhere. And the Shanz are Shudraga, sold in different sizes. This here is the right one is 1.20 m or 4 feet. This is the Tomgar version. That means for adults, people who are let's say between 10 and 14, maybe 15, they should take a smaller instrument. This is Bungarin size. That means half, the medium size. There, the length is 1.10 m or 3 feet and 3 feet and 8 or 9 inches. There is even a smaller one that the Mongolians call this the Bakgar. This is then length of 1 meter or 3 feet and 4 inches. So the smaller instrument is then easier to grip here, but the distances between the sounds are a little bit different. Then. One more hint for handling this instrument correctly. Maybe it's out of tune. Question is, how do you tune this instrument again? So it's not the 4th anymore. But be careful, these pegs here, they are not very precisely fit. They are conic, and when you don't turn them with this sort of counter force from this side here, they will drop off. Also, they will change their grip or the strength you need with humidity. So now we tune this instrument. I use my thumb to push some counter force on the other side. So the force pushes the peg inside, and from here it's a counter force. So you will never ever have the disadvantage of losing one peg. This is very ugly because then the nylon has to be tuned very, very often. Okay. Same technique here, but then I'm left-handed, I'm right-handed, so but this is I can't really do this here. I don't know. So counter force with the other hand. But however, be careful. It's useful to have an instrument stand. The snake skin is sort of sensitive, and either you put the instrument in the case or at least put it into the stand, maybe protect it against falling out. If you have animals in your house, dogs or cats, put it into the box. Cats will scratch if they can, dogs will maybe pee on it, so better yet. Or hang it on the wall. Okay, that brings us to exercise number 1. Playing on open strings. As you see, the instrument has 3 strings tuned in a 5th and in a 4th. So first exercise is only play 8 strokes, 4 from the down and 4 from the upside. And then you repeat on the middle string. Always first is from the down, and the highest string. Then back on the middle string. And the lower string. For people who get in touch with music the very first time, it's a good idea to start using a metronome, but I will explain about this later. So again to our exercise here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very important, never touch the other string. And as you see here, this is the angle between this here and this here should always be the same. So it's 45 degrees to every side. And avoid too much force, then it will touch two strings. This may happen later in some melodies, but not for starting with the technique like right now. You can try to play. This is another exercise to modify the density, like very soft. And strong. In music people say forte. Very important, always one stroke from here and the next stroke from the other side. If you change the string. So, how do we continue? The first exercise. We try to continue. So 8 strokes on the third string, 8 strokes on the re string and 8 strokes on the sol string. Now to improve our playing skills we will change to 4 strokes on each string. But remember, always keep this direction. Dum, 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 dum. So now we do this exercise with 4 strokes. And you can play as, if you cannot follow me in this speed, you play slower. The very most important rule on this instrument, first slow and correctly. When this speed here is too fast, I play this instrument for 4 years, then you have to say, sorry, slow that clip down on YouTube, you can. There's a sort of switch to make it playing in half speed, for example. Okay, now we extend our exercise on 2 strokes on each string. You can repeat this for some minutes. Very important also, sometimes your left arm is not used. Make a break of 5 minutes when you feel some pain here. Very important that you can hold the instrument and you never get tired in your shoulder. If you are, stop playing. Wait 5 minutes, drink a coffee or tea or whatever you like, and then start again. And last extension of our exercise, 1 stroke. So now, more convenient view. From downside, upside, downside, upside, down, up, down, up. And when you finish this, okay, again we summarize our exercise for today. First thing is hold this, the Mongolians call this a tokyor. That means just a thing to pluck. In English language this is just a plug or upper part of a pen practically. This thing here is made out of plastic that lasts forever. But some people intend to put it away, so when you stop playing, put it inside here. So we'll never lose. Okay, now we summarize again for today. The grip, 1 centimeter outside, three fingers, a little bit like writing position for writing on some piece of paper. Small finger can suspend the hand, but not with force. This is only for keeping distance. Very first basic exercise, 8 strokes. Then middle string. Then the high string. Again, middle string. And the lower string. This you repeat as often till you can play fluently. Next step, connecting the 3 strings. 8 strokes on the lower string, middle, high, middle, low. Okay? Then 4 plucks every string. Then 2 plucks on every string. And at the end, 1 pluck on every string. Okay, let's finish.